everybody, Cherish here. Thank you so much again for joining me today as we take these 2 weeks and we talk about bad habits versus good habits and how to break out of the bad habit rut and get into some better habits. So today I'm going to break down my top 10 bad habits that I'm really working on, and I think I'm doing a good job of working on them and becoming better. My number one is complaining, and I'm reading them because I wrote them down just to make sure that I wasn't trying to fib with you guys. Checking social media or my phone period while in the company of others. Self-loathing behaviors, so pretty much telling myself I'm stupid, I'm ugly, I'm fat, things like that when it's not really true. It's, you know, you're always a work in progress. About progress, not perfection, right? Underachieving, so not going for it when I know that I can. Creating excuses. Excuses are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, right? Too much reality TV. That one I'm pretty much done with. I don't watch TV at all anymore. Even when my husband turns on his favorite channel at night, I don't watch it. I often just turn on YouTube on some favorite things that I like to listen to while I'm folding laundry or doing things like that, because TV just really doesn't have any appeal to me anymore. Eating processed food. Lately, because I'm doing this Body Beast program that includes heavier weights, I eat anything in sight. So if I don't have anything prepared, I will eat it. I will eat the kids' Doritos. I will eat Oreos. I will eat anything that's pretty much not bolted down to a table. I'm also really bad about skipping meals. So if I've gone so long, I'm like, oh, I'll just wait for dinner. Well, that's not good for you either. I mean, come on, I know this. I need to set myself up for success. Gossiping. So really just turning that off. Like, okay, you can vent to me about this person, but I'm really not going to partake in it. And assuming. That is my worst one. Assuming that people understand what I'm talking about, or assuming they have done their jobs when you've asked them to. I know that one's kind of weird, right? Like, you assume people are doing their job when that's their job and they're an adult. Yeah, that one's hard for me. That's really hard for me. So those are my top 10 bad habits that I'm working on breaking. And I'm sure you have different ones than I do. And I'm sure that they vary. I'm sure that they could be worse. They could be better. They could be in a totally different plane than mine. Totally okay. The point being is we need to identify those bad habits in order to change them. Kind of like you need to realize that if your clothes are too tight, you kind of need to lay off the ho-hos, right? Like you have to recognize something's going wrong in order for you to fix it. Because without naming it, my son's watching Cars, he's a little excited. So without naming it, you can't really get to the next level. And then I don't want you to misinterpret anything that I'm saying here, that I'm perfect or that everybody's perfect and life is perfect. It's not. And who knows if you're ever going to be perfect about what you're trying to fix. Maybe it's about you working on those things. Maybe it's about you being able to find something in your mind and triggering that and knowing that, hey, maybe I need to not stop for Starbucks today. Maybe I need to spend more time with my husband because we're super busy and we don't have a lot of time together. Maybe it's just being present and being able to recognize those things that you're looking at changing. Now, I'm not saying walk around with a list. I'm not saying, you know, tell everybody and their mom what your bad habits are. What I am saying is recognize them. Recognize them for yourself. Recognize them to become the person that you want to be. Recognize them to be where you want to go. Joe Rogan speaks about in numerous of his YouTube videos and speeches and things that he's done, and I'm finding him a very fascinating man, by the way. He's not who I thought he was once, but he talks about how he's a great worker now, and he grinds hard, and it's because he was a shitty worker at one point. He was a horrible employee. He was horrible at about working, but now he's not. Because he decided to make that change. He decided to become something better because it was important to him. It wasn't important to anybody close to him. It was important to him. So if it's important to you, important to those closest to you, that you want them to look up to you. You want them to realize that you are working at something better. Then you need to find a way to make it trigger in your mind, like, I'm making a goal right now to not stop at Starbucks all week, and I'm going to take all that money and I'm going to invest it in some new workout gear. Okay. And anytime I go to Starbucks, I don't know about you guys, but I will go to Starbucks and I will drop 10, 20 bucks. And I've got 2 kids and a husband in a car. My husband doesn't like Starbucks coffee, but the man can drink some cocoa. And my daughter loves we call it chocolate milk house in our family because that's where Haley gets her chocolate milk out. Let me tell you, that child will only eat one kind or drink one kind of chocolate milk. She is one picky child. And it has to come in the box, the little red Horizon chocolate milk box. And if it changes, oh Lord, help us, the world is ending. At any rate, what I'm saying is recognizing those things that you want to change and striving for some progress is what's most important. Because who's to say halfway down the road, you're okay with where you are then. And then you can move on from there and find some other area of your life that you want to work in. Now, again, this is not about perfection. This is not about being dressed in the nines when you walk out of the house. I'm just saying maybe we could lay off the yoga pants every other day. Maybe try a new lip gloss. I don't know. This isn't just about me. This is about you. This is about you finding those things, those key areas that you want to build on. So I don't want you to think that anybody out there is perfect, because I can guarantee you nobody is. We are all human. We are here to make mistakes. But my challenge for you is for you to recognize at least 10 things. If you can do that, pretty please. I want you to find 10 things that you would like to work on. Maybe it's those bad habits. I'm not saying work on your per mile an hour when you run. Again, we know my feelings on running. If I'm running, there's a bear and you will be tripped and eaten. I'm saying those things that you really think will have a big impact on your life. If it's watching too much TV, if it's drowning out those closest to you, if it's not spending enough time with those people that we have very little time left with, maybe those are the habits that you need to change to be better tomorrow. So my challenge to you is to write a list of those 10 things that you want to work on. And as we go through these next 2 weeks, we will find ways to break through the bad habits and find new ones for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I so appreciate it. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Look later for my blog. I would love for you to comment below and tell me what you think you want to work on. Thank you.